When I look these hills in Bosnia, I remember one sentence of one writer who said like, Bosnia is the most western point of the east and the most eastern point of the west. So it means like east and west are gathering in the Bosnia. We have a plenty of the beauties here in Bosnia. So Bosnia is really something that is different, and I can say freely, I can say unique in the Europe. I'm citizen of this country, and I'm proud of this is my country, because there is a mix of beauty, love, pain, suffering, justice, injustice, fight, wins, loses, like life is, in my opinion.
Because of weather condition, you will see so many motorbikes. 8 to 10 months we can use motorbike. You can see people, they are not obeying the traffic rules, but is going better. My country is beautiful country. Pakistan have everything, every source. I love my country. We have summer season, we have winter season, all kind of fruits, plenty of water. We have so many sources. Now Pakistan is also growing very fastly.
Indonesia is 17,000 something islands. It's like a hidden treasure of the world, because even they themselves don't even know what's there, because it's such variety that it's like, unless somebody's specifically going to look at it. And you can go from one area to another, and it's like completely different societies, you know. Indonesia has more than 600 tribes. They have more than, I think it's 800 languages. And this is not dialects. This is languages, each individual language. So it's a real unique society based on tolerance. There's one thing that I would say about Indonesians is that, I mean, the underlying aspect is just they're so like pure-hearted. I moved to Indonesia about 18 years ago now, in '99. With my big family. We were 70 people. The idea was to be able to live amongst Muslims in a much more relaxed society. We're originally from the United States. 2011, and we actually exchanged citizenship. So we actually have Indonesian citizenship. So I actually get this often when I travel around the world. People say, "Where are you from?" I say, "I'm from Indonesia." They say, "Why do you look like this?" But anyways, yeah, it's been a wonderful journey. The people are wonderful people. The people are very, lots of smiling, lots of very good people, have good hearts, you know.
Bosnia were the western province in Ottoman Empire, and we were protecting or keeping the western border of Ottoman Empire. Through all our history, I'm talking now about history of Bosniaks, because that fact kept our identity. We were not Catholics, we were not Orthodox, we were something that was between these two forces are crashing from one side and other side. We were something else. We were not part of any church. Ottomans came, we accept Islam as our religion, as our practice, and it kept our identity like till today. very, very strong feelings between, especially Bosniak, has about Ottoman Empire or about Turkey as a successor of Ottoman Empire.
Before we were preferring to send our child to European countries, USA, Canada or England, but now we prefer to send Turkey. They are getting scholarship and they are studying. When they came back, they found good jobs and they got good career. In 2000, Turkey was bankrupt, and after 2010, in 10 years, Turkey became very strong. Now, Turkey is not taking loan from IMF. Turkey is giving loan to IMF. There was a big flood. In all schools, there was campaign. Children, they send their pocket money. We cannot forget. This I am telling because Turkey and Pakistan also have historical and cultural relations. We are very close to each other.
This has kind of been the thing. Over the years, the Sufis are the ones that brought Islam to Indonesia, and that's also one of the reasons why when we play music, it kind of connects with them because they have a history of the Sufis being very creative. I think similar, very similar in the sense from the Turkish society. You know, there's a lot. There's always, you know, from the sema and the different things that they do. Here they don't have it the same manner, but it's but they have a very how do I say? It's not the same thing, but the culture is affected very much in that way. Culturally, you actually can see this in different parts of Indonesia. So it actually takes effect in the different dances that they have, the different rituals that they have and stuff like this. You can actually tell exactly where this is from. I don't know how the connection exactly of how it was brought here from that way, but there's a lot of cultural aspects that for anybody who lives here can be actually very strongly influenced, not just influenced, but you can see the connections very strong.
Last year, a few days after the Eid, I was sitting with my father and some of his friends in one restaurant, and suddenly I get one call. This time I learned something is happening in Istanbul and Ankara. It was a call of my friend. She was very worried. I cut the conversation and I said something is happening in the Turkey. Still there was nothing in the news, I mean in the TV or radio stations or internet. Still it was quite fresh. What we learned first, it is that the military is actually the army is on the streets. So that was the first informations. I was on the phone all night actually. All night I stayed on the connection. Our meeting before this information turned to totally something else. We were not talking about our topic, why we meet there. We turned to our topic was Turkey and what is happening. After this period of really, when we were really very worried, we are starting to analyze things, like what is happening, why this is happening, who made it, why they made it, who is responsible for that, Americans or Russians or I don't know, someone from inside of Turkey. Actually, all these theories were on the table. It was always going from one reason to other reason. And it was like crashing, mixing, like we didn't have a conclusion, of course. But what was important to us, we wanted to that finish in that night, really. We didn't want, we were afraid, as you know, we lived the civil war, aggression actually. But we were thinking the civil war will start in Turkey, and we remember that fear that when you cannot do anything, but something is happening, you know. Something is changing your life, something is pushing you, something is giving you fear, but you cannot control it, you cannot make anything like to stop it.
It was weekend. It was not an ordinary day. I was planning to take my family to my in-laws. Whenever we go there, we all are excited. In Pakistan, it is like that. On weekends, we go there. My wife and my son, they were ready. But at once, one news came. There is army coup in Turkey. What happened? Turkey? In Turkey? There was not any problem between army and government. Why? What is happening? Turkey was going up. Their economy is strong. What is that? And also my brother-in-law's son was also planning to go to Turkey for education. The news was coming, there is a military coup, something happening, and army is taking over, and Turkish TV channel is under control. So many people, they came out. Traffic stopped. All TV channels stopped their routine activity. They started to give live reports on Turkey. My friends started to call me. You know what is happening in Turkey? I say this, I'm looking news, but inshallah nothing will happen. What you are saying, nothing will happen, army took control. I was thinking, there was in my mind and my heart, Turkey is strong, can control, Turkey can control.
I don't watch television, almost never. But I have on WhatsApp, you have many groups of all different levels of society. And it was a very long few hours, even though it only lasted for a few hours at the 15th of July last year, the attempt to the coup. I see it from, I'm originally from the States, but I've been living here since I was 17. So what you could feel that the tension was very strong. Everybody's wondering what's happening. Either they're in front of their TV or they're spreading the news that they get from the Twitter, Instagram and stuff like that. I was just watching the, how do I put it, like the spirit of the people. Just by watching the other people, it was very like, in support. I mean, like 100%. It was like wondering and like waiting all night long. It was like, what's happening next? What's happening next? Like this. And the social media, everybody was talking about it. It was like, not just talking, but get some new news, and just spreading it that way. So it wasn't unless somebody just accidentally slept through the night. But I don't feel that was even possible at that time. It was a big deal.
There is the few reasons why we were worried about that night. First thing is, as I mentioned in the beginning of our conversation, that there is a really very strong connection, emotional connection between Turkey and Bosnia. If you're looking at that like friendly country, like brotherhood country, it's not nice when you learn that something is happening for someone with who you share, as I said before, like very strong emotion. So whatever is happening, and it is going to be bad, or we don't know how it will finish, it's not nice emotion. So firstly, we were worried about that. A second thing is Turkish politics. We are looking like maybe the only one who is protecting Islam on the global plan, who doesn't let to talk about Islamic terrorism, calling like by that name, connecting religion and this kind of very criminal behavior together, making one coin of these two totally different words, different meanings with different feelings. So as I could learn, the Turkish politics was only voice who wanted to make these things clear. Islam and terrorism are not one coin. It's not one coin made of these two terms.
Also because I have different people in Turkey, immediately I called to find out what the situation is, and naturally the end result was very good, but it actually was like a very long night. And I think that the reason why there was such a concern for the Indonesians toward the situation in Turkey was just because not only is there's a deeply embedded love for Turkey because at the time of the Ottoman, but at the same time Turkey is even till now it's looked at as like very respected amongst the Islamic world. When I say kind of what they were experiencing that night.
Every Muslim country has troubles. Just one Turkey was strong. And if something will happen to Turkey, then our hopes will be destroyed. We were hoping, we were thinking Turkey is in our back. But if Turkey will go, what will happen? My friend says that, oh, it will be bad, Turkey. But I had hope. I said, no, Turkish nation will not accept this.
Next thing that we learned, that people started to go on the streets, like rivers. You can see the rivers of the people going through the streets and gathering. I think we're on the bridge place. What I know from my friends is all of them didn't support that government, but I know all of them support that night that government. Why? Because their people choose that government, and they really felt like that. I was talking with them about that, really. And firstly, I was surprised because I see some political opponents were protecting the government, but they explain like that: our people choose this government, and we have to protect idea of our people. So it was really something great for me, and I think that night, Turkish people. All nations in Turkey give one lesson to all, I can say, Western civilizations or Western politics or Western democratic, which are generally trying to teach us that worthy of democracy, especially in the Middle East. But that night, Turkey gave the lesson to the whole world, I think. They were together in the one night for one idea.
Birliği, beraberliği, bütünlüğüne yönelik bu harekete karşı inanıyorum ki milletçe vereceğimiz güzel bir cevapla bunlar gerekli olan cezayı alacaklar.
The President Tayyip Erdogan gave message. All our TV channel, they show that message. Oh, all people came out. Then it was unbelievable. Although there are few are martyred, around 2,000 they are injured, but they stopped.
Someone is thinking that was the theater by the government. I don't think one president of that country could be, whoever it is, could be a gambler. I'm asking if that is correct, if that was the, let's say, a theater of the government. I'm asking myself, what if people didn't go on the street? What if people would be afraid that much they will stay into their homes and say what happened, it will happen. It's not something reasonable. I don't believe this theory is correct. I know that night on the street, they were not just supporters of the government. They were supporters of also other politics options, but they were all supporting legal government.
I was thinking, there is something. Army never do this. Army is not like this. Later on, we understood this was not army coup. This was a group of army. It is a kind of terrorist act. But when I saw the watch, it was morning. All night I couldn't sleep and no one was sleeping. My whole family was also that night couldn't sleep. All Pakistan, whole of Pakistan, they didn't sleep.
The effects of the military coup, if it succeed, could be destabilizing of the Middle East generally and the whole world generally. But the fact that it didn't succeed doesn't mean that we are safe now and they will not try again something like that.
If they succeed, then Turkey, not Turkey, all Muslim world will be in trouble. More than 3 million refugees, they are in Turkey. We don't want anything happen to Turkey. We all are looking to Turkey. If Turkey is strong, we are strong. We also took so many lessons from Turkey. Our nation, Pakistan nation, understood what is the nation, what is the power of nation. Nation are strong. If they unite, they can stop tanks.
Naturally, when they saw the result also where all of the actual people came out to stop what they saw was happening, this is also very inspiring for people because Turkey, no, you can't help it, but is looked at as a very influential country in the Islamic world ever since when the Ottomans were in place, you know. And so when they see an action like this, it's just like very inspiring as a Muslim. It's like, oh, okay, you know, it was just like amazing, you know. And it's, I don't know, but in my travels around, because I've gone to different countries, specifically Indonesia has a very strong, they have a lot of respect and a lot of love for Turkey in general. Not to mention when they see something like this, which when they see everybody come out into the streets, this is like, whoa, you know, it's like an inspiration for them. And also, they like from the Turkish president, they like the very macho, when dealing, for example, with Israel, when dealing with different, you know, it's like, this is the way it is, like, you know, take it or leave it. Very inspiring for the Muslims to see somebody stand up, you know, because originally, what I see originally, and this is one of the strengths of the Ottoman time, was the Islam was always lucky. They were always hand on top. But because of certain things that happened over the past century or so, it's as if they're the third world, as it's usually called, when it doesn't make any sense. So when you see something like that, it's like, hey, I'm a part of that, you know. And so that was what I felt like by watching everything that was happening, that's what people were experiencing, that's what they were feeling. Like where I don't want to say qibla from the standpoint, but the direction that people look. And so from that aspect, Turkey has played a role in Indonesia's kind of the Muslims stepping up and saying, we want to kind of handle things, you know, we don't want to just let it go, you know. You could see that people put their differences aside. That's one of the beautiful things about it, is that though yes, you have this understanding, that understanding, but when it comes down to it, they put their differences aside and stand together. And not just there, because I'm sure that that was important over there, but also here. People, they lose the differences because there's something more important at hand, you know.